What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, well-renowned trainer, colorful now, boxing pundit and analyst, Teddy Atlas, he weighs in on a highly anticipated upcoming undisputed showdown between undefeated WBC lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who is 27 wins, no loss, and no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach, as he will be taking on newly crowned undefeated unified lightweight world champion Australian star boxer George Kambosos Jr., who is 20 wins, no losses, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout. George Kambosos Jr. is 28 years of age, 5'9" with a 68-inch arm reach. With that said, the fight is scheduled to take place June 4th in the United States, June 5th in Australia. And Teddy Atlas, he's not too keen on this fight taking place over in Australia. Now, we know Teddy Atlas, he was on hand, firsthand, okay, when legendary 8-division world champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer Manny Pacquiao took on Jeff Horn, and Manny Pacquiao came up on the short end of the stick. And Teddy Atlas, he went on an absolute rant, a historic rant. And he was not happy at the outcome of that fight. And so Teddy Atlas is now saying that Devin Haney is clearly the better fighter. He stated that Devin Haney is sharper, he's a marksman, he's accurate. He said that, that's going to bode well for him in this fight. But Teddy Atlas, he ultimately stated, well, it's all about who the promoters want to win this fight. He said it's going to come down to who the promoters want to win this fight, not what actually takes place in the ring. He stated that the judges travel, alluding to, judges being, or promoters being in judges' pockets, or vice versa, or however you so choose to look at it. So Teddy Atlas is stating that, this is unfortunately going to come down to who and which promoter wants the fighter to win this fight. That's who it's going to come down to, unless Devin Haney puts on an absolute masterclass performance and gets a stoppage victory over George Kambosos Jr. So he stated that if he doesn't get a stoppage victory over George Kambosos Jr., although he's going to put on a masterclass performance, he said he's a marksman, he's very sharp, he's very accurate, and this is a fight that favors Devin Haney, okay? He's taller, he's more rangy, he's the better pure boxer, he's athletic, he has foot speed, hand speed. And he stated that, one big issue, one glaring weakness that he doesn't like, that's cause for concern outside of the fact that the promoters and the judges going into Australia, he stated that it's Devin Haney's chin. He said at some point in time in the fight is going to get clipped. Now, Teddy Atlas, he stated that George Kambosos is not the biggest puncher, but he did manage to put Teofimo Lopez down in his shocking victory over Teofimo Lopez November 27th in New York at Madison Square Garden to win the unified title. So he said he does have respectable power. George Kambosos Jr. in 20 fights has 10 knockouts, so he's not the biggest puncher in the world. He stated that at any point in this fight, if George Kambosos puts Devin Haney down or buzzes Devin Haney, that's going to give an even bigger edge to George Kambosos Jr. So he stated that Devin Haney is going to have to stay sharp. He's going to have to stay cool, calm, and collective. He's going to have to stay disciplined, and he's going to ultimately have to get a stoppage victory to be victorious. He said, but it all boils down to which fighter the promoter wants to win this fight. That's alarming, okay? That's a shame that this is the case within the sport of boxing, but it's the worst kept secret in the sport of boxing, okay? And again, Teddy Atlas was on hand he was on firsthand to witness Manny Pacquiao and Jeff Horn fight, and ultimately he didn't work for ESPN and Top Rank much longer after that rant that he went on that saw Jeff Horn favored over Manny Pacquiao, okay? So with that said, Teddy Atlas, he stated that, this is Devin Haney attempting to be great. He loves the mindset of Devin Haney, pushing for this fight, taking this fight over in Australia. We know that the rematch clause is going to see the winner of this fight, should Devin Haney win, have to come back to Australia to face George Kambosos Jr. for a second time. So if Devin Haney wins this first fight, he's going to have to come all the way back to Australia to face off against George Kambosos again in a rematch. Now, normally the winner of the fight would be able to dictate the terms in the rematch, but that wasn't the case. Okay, now George Kambosos Jr. initially stated that he didn't want and didn't have no interest in a rematch clause. He stated no chance. He didn't want no rematch clause. He wanted to have the first fight with Devin Haney, get it over with, and move forward. Well, all of a sudden, George Kambosos Jr. has, changed his mindset, and in the paperwork says that he wants a rematch, an immediate rematch in his hometown. So he wants home court, home ring advantage, however you so choose to look at it. Devin Haney is an inch taller, about the same height as George Kambosos, but Devin Haney has a 4-inch arm reach advantage. It's a completely different style than what George Kambosos Jr. faced in Teofimo Lopez, who was a guy that, just simply didn't make better adjustments in the ring. He doesn't have the longest arms. He has 68-inch arms. Okay, he's athletic, he's strong, he has power, but he doesn't have fast feet. Devin Haney's more rangy. Devin Haney's a better pure boxer than Teofimo Lopez. He has much quicker feet than Teofimo Lopez. He has more active, more educated footwork than Teofimo Lopez. When you saw Teofimo Lopez upset 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer who was the former unified lightweight world champion in Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, he won the first 7 rounds to me, okay? At least 6 out of the first 7 rounds. But in rounds 8, 9, 10, and 11, Teofimo Lopez, he decided to stand flat-footed and try to counterpunch Vasil Lomachenko, in which Lomachenko, that's where he had his most success. He clearly won the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th round, and it looked like he was on the verge of stopping Teofimo Lopez at one point in time in that 8th and 9th round, okay? And Teofimo Lopez, he went back to being, he made another adjustment. He went back to being the aggressor, pressing the fight, pushing Lomachenko back. And then he seemed to be on the verge of stopping Lomachenko in the 12th round until they suffered a clash of heads and a cut over his eye, okay? So with that said, that 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th round version of Teofimo Lopez is what showed up against George Kambosos Jr. That version of Teofimo Lopez was the version we saw against George Kambosos Jr., who was looking for one punch, who was looking to counterpunch George Kambosos Jr., who didn't make any adjustments. And then when he was coming forward, he was still simply just looking to land one big punch, okay? That's not who Devin Haney is. In that fight, George Kambosos Jr., he won with a jab left hook, okay, overhand right, and a jab to the solar plex. Not much tools in the toolbox that he displayed. 4 punches is what won the fight, and Teofimo Lopez made no adjustment, although Teofimo Lopez still dropped George Kambosos Jr. in the 10th round of their fight. And George Kambosos, he made the adjustment in the 11th and 12th round, and he clearly won those rounds, which saw him win the fight. He still was a split decision. So Devin Haney is a much better pure boxer than Teofimo Lopez. I believe that Devin Haney has a much better ring IQ, and ultimately I feel like Devin Haney has a better corner because Teofimo Lopez Sr., Teofimo Lopez's father, trainer, and manager, he continued to tell Teofimo Lopez one simple direction. Why is this guy still in the ring with us? Get him out of there, walk him down, knock him out, right? Which saw Teofimo Lopez continue to still look for one punch, okay? And that one punch wasn't landing, okay? It just wasn't going to happen. And so because of that, Teofimo Lopez lost. And then they placed blame on it being in the zone. They placed blame on Eddie Hearn, everybody but themselves, but they didn't make any adjustments in the fight. So with that said, I think that Devin Haney's foot speed, his pure boxing ability, he has better defense than Teofimo Lopez, okay? So his hit and not get hit style is much better than Teofimo Lopez. Now, Devin Haney, he's much more versatile. He could go to the body. He could go up top. The tools in the toolbox for Devin Haney compared to Teofimo Lopez, it's not even close, okay? Now, again, this is not taken away from Teofimo Lopez, who's definitely a skilled boxer. But in reverse, and another thing about this is like Teddy Atlas said, what promoter wants to win their fight? Well, Devin Haney just signed a multi-fight deal with top-ranked legendary promoter Bob Arum and ESPN. Manny Pacquiao, that was his last fight with top-ranked ESPN and Bob Arum. George Kambosos Jr. is not a top-ranked Bob Arum ESPN fighter. He's a Lou DiBella fighter. So we got to see how that unfolds and plays out. But I think that Devin Haney is going to leave, no doubt. And Teddy Atlas, he said that's his biggest concern, and it would be a shame if it boils down to that. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.